Alright, so if you're up against a tank, this part of the tree is pretty self-explanatory. You could go for Wanderer as well, but I like to go Savagery because it makes it easier to last hit while you're poking the enemy. Runic Affinity, you don't really need this shit because you're not a jungler, you won't get many buffs in the early to mid game, so this won't help your laning at all. Secret Stash, the cookies are kind of nice, but I don't know. I don't think Jayce really needs cookies unless you're like not used to the tierless build. And obviously Assassin because you're alone top lane most of the time, so Assassin is really nice. Merciless against Meditation. Again, I prefer the more damage than mana regeneration because most of the time you can in lane you're doing fine with your mana management in my opinion. Like you only really need this to spam your abilities, and if you play more controls and play better in lane, you don't really need the meditation. And Dangerous Game and Greenfather's Gift are only the valid options in my opinion. So I go for Greenfather's Gift because, like I said, I like to auto attack from the bushes on the top lane because it helps me reset the minion aggro and is overall very useful. So having increased damage on my auto attack every time I attack outside of a brush is very useful. But you could go Dangerous Game as well. It just this is stronger for laning phase. Obviously Sorcery, because between choosing 4% attack speed and 2% ability damage, the ability damage really shines for Jayce. Let's see, Expose Weakness, damaging any... this is bullshit, you don't really need this, you will be alone most of the time. Feast is a valid option I think as well, but I prefer the Fresh Blood. Your first basic attack against a champion deals additional 10 plus 1 per level damage, and it only has a 6-second cooldown. So with my playstyle, this Mastery is perfect. Because I go into Brush, I auto-attack him, Fresh Blood procs, Greenfather's Gift procs, and that's a lot of damage at one time, and after 9 seconds both of these are refreshed. So every 9 seconds you have a pretty powerful auto-attack. And next is... the reason I don't go Natural Talent is... wait... oh, actually late game this is pretty nice. I don't know, I like to go for the sustain since Jayce has issues with the sustain in lane. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, I like the lifesteal and spell vamp just because it helps me. If I fuck up a trade, being able to lifesteal is very useful. Bounty Hunter. Yeah, this is the most useful for laning phase because you won't be killing enemy champions in lane. You only will kill your enemy top laner, maybe the jungler. So Bounty Hunter is kinda useless. Not useless, but late game oriented. Double-edged sword. Deal 5% additional damage. Oh, alright, see? This, if you just wanna go for a quick burst, this is obviously better, but I think Battle Trance against tanks is a really good choice. You gain up to 5% increased damage over 5 seconds, and being in combat for 5 seconds, it happens really quickly, so you don't really need this. And yeah, Bounty Hunter is kinda, I don't know, it's too much late game oriented. Obviously 7% armor penetration is sick against tanks because they can stack as much armor as they want, and 7% of that will be useless. And having built-in percentile armor penetration is really useful. And the reason, the final keystone, obviously Forever After Battle, because Warlords against tanks is... I mean, it helps you survive tanks, but it doesn't help you kill tanks, so it's kinda bullshit. I don't think I have to mention Deathfire Touch being rather shit on Jayce as well, so Forever After Battle is the choice.
I fight for a brighter tomorrow.
And for mid lane Jayce, I have the same stuff here. Although for mid lane Jayce you could go double-edged sword as well, but I prefer Battle Trance just because I don't have the trade-off. And let's see. Oh, see, mid lane, since mid lane there aren't really bushes to auto-attack from. I don't take Green Father's Gift. Like, Green Father's Gift for mid lane Jayce is kinda bullshit, so... precision and intelligence. Obviously you wanna go for precision. Because it gives you a lot of free stats and like 8.5 lethality. And scaling magic penetration is really huge in my opinion. Like that's a lot of free stats that you don't want to give up. And obviously Thunderlords. You could go Storm Raider's Surge as well, but I prefer Thunderlords just because of the extra burst and lightning power, but yeah. It's up to you really.